Pricing a home can be one of the toughest parts of selling it. Too high and nobody will come see it. Too low and you could end up losing money on the deal. So today our real estate expert Monte Mohr is here to give us some advice on how to pick the number that's best for you. Monte, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here.
All right, so you're going to help us with this today by answering some questions that viewers have sent in.
Yes.
So we're going to get right to it from the first question. This is Bonnie from Nashville. She asked, I'm putting my home on the market soon, but I'm trying to decide on an asking price. My father says I need to ask at least $10,000 to $20,000 more than I expect to get because the buyer will want to negotiate that much. And do you agree? She wants your advice here.
Well, Casey, all due respect to Bonnie's dad, back in the day we used to do it that way. But now it's more important to understand that the consumers, 90% of the people are going online to do their research before they ever come out and look at properties. And the number one issue is price. So it's really, really, really important to price it real close to where you're willing to sell it, because you're going to get more people to look online. When you get more people to look online, you'll get more people to come and look at the house. Remember, we have to get people emotionally attached to the home. We can't do that if we're playing with numbers that are out of the ballpark for the property.
Exactly. So you got to get them in to look at it
Exactly.
to start with.
Exactly.
All right, second question comes from Skip and Cindy from Goodlettsville. They say, our home is currently on the market and our agent has suggested that we offer through MLS to any potential buyers our refrigerator, washer, and dryer to help it sell. We see you on Channel 4 and wanted to get your thoughts on this subject before doing so. Will it actually help our home sell?
You know, I hear this question all the time, and actually I see it in practice all the time where people are including a lot of things, including costs, including those kind of. What happens is the item becomes a gift, and people forget about gifts. It's human nature. What you want to do is, if somebody offers you one price and it's not satisfactory, counter with another price and then include your refrigerator, then include your washer and dryer, or one of the kids you want to get rid of, or whatever it is that's negotiable that you might have. But don't throw it in initially, because it just becomes a gift and then you have there's no value in that then.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, so don't give it up front.
Right.
All right, so Carrie from Franklin, she writes in and says, my agent suggested that I pay a $1,000 bonus to the selling agent and that would help my home sell. So do you believe this is a good idea? What would you say?
You know, I see this practice a lot, because when a home hasn't sold, somebody suggests a bonus. What really I see happen though is it ends up being counterproductive. What happens, you know, if I'm out showing property and the buyer sitting next to me says, well, can I see the information on the next property? I hand it to him and he says, oh gee, Monty, you'll get a bonus if you sell this property. Well, right away it's human nature to start feeling some reluctance then in his part, or her part, because now I'm no longer objective. Now there's a benefit to me over and above the normal amount, because I'm going to get a bonus if I sell this one. So now I'm no longer their advocate so much. I mean, it's human nature to think that way. So I always felt some resistance on properties that the consumer sees there's a bonus attached to it. Right. So in my suggestion would be to lower the price at $1,000, because that's where the real factor is.
Okay, good advice. All right, Jim from Mount Juliet writes in and says, I've heard you say that in this market you must price your home right or it will not sell. I'm concerned that if I price it as low as I probably should, that people will make offers way lower than my asking price. So what can I do to keep that from happening? That's a good question.
You know, it is, and I hear that question a lot, and thank you for writing that in, Jim. You know, here's the facts of the situation. We can't control what somebody might offer. But what I tell all the people that I work for is, I would rather you had 10 offers to say no to than we're sitting here 6 months from now twiddling our thumbs because nobody's cared enough to come in your home and look at it seriously. Remember, people buy homes through emotion. Okay, we can't get them emotionally attached to the home if we don't get them in the front door. If we don't, and pricing is the number one issue. We've got to make it look like a good value, because we're competing with distressed sales. Right. So what my suggestion is, price it as low as you can, and we'll negotiate from there. I can't control what somebody's going to offer, but we can control what you're going to ultimately take for the property.
Right. That kind of goes along with what you were saying earlier, is you really just got to get the people in the door.
You've got to get them in the front door. It's an emotional decision. We can't do that if we price too high. We just can't do it.
Good advice. Hey, let's take a look at some of your happy customers.
We've got a really good example here. You know, this is Frank and Mary Jane. Their home was priced at $3,099 for 6 months with another agency. I was able to come in and price it at $299 because I offered my We Sell Homes for Free program to them, because they wanted to buy another home. And we were able to sell the home in 61 days for 98% of asking price, because we were able to break that $300,000 barrier. They got the same amount of money as they would have at $309 listed with another at the other commission rate. So a great example of a success story. And again, I want to share with everybody, if you're looking for a hard-working realtor, 300-8393 is my number.
All right, Monty, thank you so much. Really helping out a lot of people.
Thank you for the privilege.
Thank you so much. Hey, if you need help buying or selling your home, call the Mohr Group at 615-376-4500 or you can reach Monty directly at 615-300-8393. We also have a link to the website, NashvilleRealEstateAdvisor.com. It's up on the More at Midday section of WSMV.com.